Let's be honest, your trading feels stuck. It's not a complete disaster. You haven't blown your account yet, but it just feels stagnant. You show up every single day, you do your homework, you have a laminated trading plan with all your rules, your risk rules, how you enter and how you exit, all in front of you. You also journal everything, your win rate, your profit and loss, and how you feel emotionally before, during, and after each trade. And you're literally the poster child disciplined trader. So why are your results completely flat or going down? Why doesn't your equity curve look like a soaring mountain, but instead just looks like a desertless plain or a massive trench? This is the phase where you're not a reckless beginner anymore, but you're not profitable either. And it's secretly one of the most dangerous phases for traders, where most people bleed out, not from one huge catastrophic loss, but from 1,000 paper cuts of frustration. If you feel trapped in this trading purgatory, the breakthrough you need isn't another strategy. It's understanding why this plateau exists and what it's actually teaching you. So let me paint you a picture, see if it sounds familiar. Your morning routine is dialed in. You vow to be stone cold, motionless robot. You wait patiently for your A+ setup and get a textbook entry right out of your trading plan. You click the button, trade placed, stop loss set, and profit target defined. You've done your job perfectly. And then, nothing. The trade meanders, goes slightly in your favour, then reverses straight to your stop. And you're out for a small calculated loss, and that's a good loss. It's the loss of doing business, and it's the loss of getting good data. So you just say to yourself, you followed your plan, you had good execution, and it's all going to work out. But then, you do it again, and again, and again. At the end of the week, you've taken 10 trades, all 10 trades you followed your rules, but you're down. But it's not a disaster, we all have losing streaks. But then the next week, it happens, and then the week after. So now you're putting in huge effort for basically zero reward, and it feels like you're just screaming into a void. So then you just start questioning your strategy. You spend a weekend backtesting a new one that you found on YouTube, and now the excitement is back. You think this is the missing piece, and for a few days, it even works. Then inevitably, the slow grind returns again. The flat equity curve and the soul-destroying stagnation. And this is the doing everything right trap. You become a strategy hopper, convincing yourself that the problem is external. But the hard truth is this: the problem isn't the map, but it's how you're navigating it. The plan is the easy part, but following it when you're bored, when you're frustrated, and seeing zero reward, that's the real test. And this plateau, it's more than frustrating. It's a psychological minefield. It's where good habits curdle into self-sabotage. Your discipline, your one source of pride that kept you going, now feels like a prison. You followed the rules and it got you nowhere. So then the little voice in the back of your head starts to whisper in. Just says, what's the point? Just take this random trade. Up your risk, up your lot size. Let's try to start earning some money. And then this is a breeding ground to all the bad habits that you thought you left behind. Revenge trading after an unfair loss, getting FOMO, and then holding losers past your stop loss because hoping has now become your primary strategy. And let me tell you, hope is the most dangerous 4-letter word in trading. You start to feel like the market is hunting your stops and waiting for you to enter until it reverses. And now you've built a narrative that the market is constantly out to get you, when in reality, you're working against yourself. Then there's the poison of social media. You finished a week down after hours of disciplined trades and waiting. Then you open Instagram or TikTok and you see a random 22-year-old who's done huge trades, driving around in a Lamborghini, flexing what they've done. And then they try and sell you on their secret method. And this is where the damage sinks in. You compare your stagnant reality to their curated highlight reel, and it creates a gnawing anxiety that you're being left behind. So this is the great deception. The phase that looks like progress, the journaling, the rule following, is often just a prelude to the real test. You feel like you're on a hamster wheel, running, but just staying in the exact same place. This isn't about losing money anymore, it's about losing hope. This is why most traders quit. They don't blow up, they just fade away. Because they never understood that the plateau wasn't a wall, but it was a doorway. And I was trapped in this plateau for years. For some people, it's months, but for me, and for a lot of you guys as well, it could be years. For me, I would say it was around 2 to 3. And at the start, I was blaming my strategy, blaming the markets, and I was just blaming anything but myself. Then during a brutal stretch of around 6 months where every month I was losing trade after trade after trade, and I lost so much, I had a quiet, uncomfortable admission. The problem wasn't my strategy, but the problem was myself. More specifically, the problem was my focus. I was obsessed with the outcome of every single trade. A win meant I was a genius. A loss meant I was an idiot. And my self-worth and self-belief was tied to the short-term noise of the market. I was following the process, but I didn't trust the process. The real turning point is when you shift focusing on the outcome to obsessing over the process. You stop asking, did I make money? And start asking, did I follow my plan flawlessly? When I got this, everything changed. I realized my job wasn't to be right. My job was to execute my plan with absolute precision, because a loss with perfect execution became a win in my journal. It was good data, but a win from breaking my rules, like moving a stop loss, became a loss. It was a mistake, even if I made money, because luck isn't a scalable strategy. You can't be lucky in trading. And this is the moment you stop losing in a meaningful way. You still have losing trades, of course, but you stop the self-sabotage. Your language changes. You stop saying, the market stopped me out, and you start to say, the trade hit its predefined invalidation point. You now take ownership of everything. Most traders don't want to hear this. They want a secret indicator, not a mirror. But the traders who break through are the ones who accept that the Holy Grail isn't a strategy. The Holy Grail is unwavering discipline. Accepting this is that aha moment. Actually doing, that's the breakthrough. And it comes from 3 practical pillars. So pillar 1, emotional control is what you do between trades. True discipline happens in the quiet moments. It's the system that stops an emotional impulse from becoming a very costly click. After a frustrating loss, the amateur wants to jump straight back in and try and make it back. The professional trader has a rule. After any loss, I walk away for an hour at least from the screen. It's a circuit breaker which lets logic return. After a big win, the amateur feels like he wants to size up because he's got huge confidence now. The professional treats it as one data point and carries on at the same level he's always been trading. But you need to build a structure with non-negotiable rules. So here's 4 of the most important rules. Never increase your position size after a big win. Your ego does not set your risk. Rule 2, never decrease your size after a loss because of fear. If a valid setup appears and it meets all your requirements and rules, you take it, you follow your plan. Rule 3, have a daily hard stop loss. When you hit it, you are done for the day. This prevents a bad day from becoming a catastrophic one. And rule 4, embrace boredom. If there's no A+ setups, your job is to do nothing. Profitability is about the money you don't lose. Pillar 2, redefine progress. During the plateau, you need to stop measuring your progress by P&L. Your daily P&L is a liar. You can do everything correct and still lose, or do everything wrong, get lucky and win. Instead, you need to measure your behavioral compliance. Your new scoreboard is simple. Did I execute my plan flawlessly on every trade this week? A week where you follow your rules on 10 out of 10 trades is 100% success, even if you lost money. Why? Because you strengthen the habit of discipline. A profitable week where you broke your rules is a failure. You basically got reinforced for bad behavior, which will only affect your trades in a bad way down the line. This is the concept of quiet months. Your goal is not to make money, it's to build the muscle memory flawlessly. Detach your self-worth from the market's randomness and attach it to your own actions, something you can control. And then profits are the byproduct of discipline, not the goal. And pillar 3 is the identity shift. The final piece is shifting your identity. As long as you're trying to become a trader, you give yourself permission to fail. The shift happens when right now you decide to be a professional trader. A professional trader doesn't try to follow their plan. They simply execute it. Your daily goal is now no longer trying to find a winning trade, but it's instead behaving like a pro. Did I do my analysis? Did I wait for my setup? Did I manage my risk? And did I journal objectively? When you measure your day by these behaviors, you build an identity immune to the market's storms. You're no longer a gambler waiting for a lucky break. You now are the casino. You're executing a plan with a statistical edge over time. So what does trading look like after acting on all these 3 pillars? It's a lot quieter. The manic highs of huge wins are now gone, but so are the crushing lows of a stupid loss. It's replaced by a calm, steady feeling of professionalism. In many ways, trading now becomes boring, and that is a very, very good thing. The market stops becoming a personal enemy and just now starts to become a stream of information. A loss is met with not anger, but with, okay, great data point, on to the next one. A win is now not met with euphoria, but with good execution, on to the next trade. So you end up trading less, but your results improve. Your stress plummets, you sleep better. This is the end game. Not the Lambo, but the quiet confidence that comes from mastering yourself and not the market. So a trader's journey is a series of plateaus and breakthroughs. If you feel stuck, it's not a sign that you're doomed. It's an invitation to stop looking for answers on your screen and start looking in the mirror. So if you feel like this video helped you, please feel free to like and subscribe. I've also put the link down to my new Telegram group called The Trader's Mind. This is a group purely based on trading psychology and mindset. So if you want to join, the link is in the description. I also put the link to XNES and FTMO, who are the 2 brokers that I use. So again, if you want to jump on any of those, the link's down there in the description. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.